Alright, so maybe I'm gonna leave out the other parts. I'm gonna delete the other clips, but since we're here now, just doing a little Grease in the Groove workout. Hitting shoulders, doing some arms, and then I do some squats, and do some burpees. Yeah, that was a video that I was recording for when I went to the fall. I was chatting a bit on like insecurity as I take off my shirt, talking about insecurities. Talking about insecurities and how we like most of the things that we're insecure about are not really that important, you know? Like, let me just get this sitting real quick. This is for forearms. I'm doing a reverse grip of curls. So, yeah, just trying to hit 10. I was swinging like this. I'm not that strong yet. But yeah, I think the topic was on insecurities. And I was mostly rambling on. Didn't probably like get straight to the point. Let me fix this a bit. I didn't probably like get straight to the point with it. And I think I was swallowing my words. So yeah, so right now I'm just gonna go straight to it. When it comes to insecurities as a matter of fact, I think as for now I'm the best person to like speak on it, because I'm a very insecure individual. Some things that I used to be insecure about, I'm not insecure about them anymore, but I still have some things that I'm very much insecure about. And I feel like most of the things that I'm insecure about currently are like conceptual things, like worth, like what am I worth to people, value, especially value regarding to relationships with like family, friends, my partner. Now I'm very insecure about that. I think I analyze too much. I overthink a lot of things that don't need to be like overthought, and when I fail to like execute or act towards those thoughts that are like mostly positive, I reinforce or like build up that insecurity because I'm failing to do the things that I think I can be doing. I stopped being insecure about like my physical stature a while back. I used to be very insecure about it. Right now I just really don't care. Not that I'm like in good shape or anything. I think I'm in like healthy, decent. I'm okay. I'm not a bodybuilder. I'm not a fitness individual. Obviously, someone can point out like some stuff. My arms are not that big. My abs or something. I don't know. My chest especially. But I really don't care. That's something I can work on, and that I am working on. So I really don't give a shit. But yeah. But when I was insecure about my body, I used to be such of a negative person in which I try to bring down someone else, you know, and it got to a point where like I just ended up being, when you're so insecure in yourself and you see someone who's not insecure in themselves with something that they have that you think that you'll be insecure about, you begin to point them out, and you also get frustrated. Like, how is this person not like being bothered by this? This will bother me heavily, and it got to a point where I think that it just ruined a lot of friendships because of that, good relationships, even my personality, in which I became kind of like a gym cell, which is just basically like an insult. I mean, you guys are on the internet, you know what a gym cell is. But let me hear these rips. What's the thing about what I want to say next? Let me do it reverse. I did reverse, so I'm doing a normal grip. So, my insecurities ruined a lot of things, and now that I'm in a season of change, as I like to call it, I'm in my what are those flowers called? Jacaranda, that shed of their leaves and are just plain and empty. They don't look as beautiful as most people see them until they blossom their flowers again, like they're pinkish purplish. Uh, I'm in the season of like great change. Um, I'm noticing a lot of growth, and I'm also noticing a lot of parts of myself that need more work to be done. And as the topic states, one of those things are my insecurities. As I mentioned earlier, right now I'm kind of insecure about some conceptual or like identity, I guess, like my worth, my value, um, just mostly those things. I think that I'm and also uh, perception. I'm insecure about how other people perceive me, so I technically have a fear of judgment, which also makes it hard for me to record this. Uh, Even recording now the video that I've done prior, it's quite difficult. But again, to beat your insecurity is to go out and prove against that, or just go out and just accept if it's an insecurity of something that you can change, like maybe your height, then just don't give a shit about it, man. You can't change that. Just be authentically yourself. Be authentically stand like firm, like a tree. Yeah, like a tree. You see, like early in the mornings, maybe I'll share it next sometime, but like there's strong winds that hit up in this area that I live in, and they're so strong you can see like them shuffling away the leaves of most trees and like bringing them down, and I'll have to rake them up again the next morning. Um, but the tree itself is stands firm. Like the leaves fall off, some of the branches fall off, and the tree that's deeply rooted, that's firm in its grounding, that is a strong trunk. It still stands firm, and it made me realize something, that like adversity is not something that's made to like shiver you down. I feel like adversity is made to like let loose of the leaves on your tree that are not necessary anymore, the weak leaves, the insecurities that we have. And I feel like maybe that's also why I restarted a YouTube channel again, and I'm just posting every day. It's even shaped up on like the way I view my goals. I think I no longer view my goals in a sense of like I should have gotten this by achieving this in this amount of time. I think my goals right now, for example, the YouTube thing, my goal right now is to just have uploaded 30 consistent videos since the day I uploaded the video change. Just that's the goal. So when I reach 30, my next goal is to upload 50 videos consistently. Whatever comes out of that will just be a benefit, but I will get more of a dopamine rush when I just upload and I know that I've uploaded this number of videos. And even with my workouts now, with my goals and change, when I post a change, I think I talked about like having a specific goals that I wanted to attain, but now since then my goals are more on like showing up. Like, can I commit to this amount of days? If I commit to this amount of days, just showing up and doing the things that need to be done, I think that'll give me a great sense of like achievement more than what will come out of it. I'm trying to learn to fall in love with the journey more than the destination. The destination has its perks, but the journey, um, what comes by, what we learn from the mistakes that we've made, it's 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 the grander applause of things. It's what fuels and what um, graces us. And like I was saying, with my insecurity of like judgment, with now doing that consistently now, I think this is like what going to be the seventh video that I'm posting. So that's a week full of just posting videos on a daily basis, which I'm proud of. Um, I'm kind of losing the leaves of shame. They're being blown away by the adversity, but still my strength, my self resilience. Um, I'm standing firm in that, and my goal to just keep doing what I'm trying to do. And one thing that I've learned from that is I've learned a lot of things, but the major thing that I've learned from that now is it's when you get when you have a strong trunk, a strong sense of self, right? Like your desire to achieve something burns more than the fires of the world outside that are trying to like extinguish you, or like a lot of people just trying to pour out the fire. It doesn't affect you. Um, like another insecurity was shame or worth. Um, Mostly like the worth and value that I provide for my family. Um, I used to like be very ashamed of myself towards my parents and my siblings. I still have that a little bit sense of shame, but it's something that I'm proud to say, because also again going to the YouTube thing, even me being here, standing outside, it's cold. I'm gonna do another sit. Doing this and recording this and trying to speak as articulate as I can. um, I would have the sense of like, oh, what will my mom think, or if she comes and sees me just recording this, like, how can I explain that? But I'm well, growing now. Like I said, I'm 22. I have to start making decisions that I believe can benefit my life, especially now that I'm truly confident in myself because of the mistakes that I've made and the fact that I've learned from those mistakes. And I don't have a grander sense of shame anymore. I feel like the more I keep doing the things that I was scared to do, the more I keep doing those hard things, despite what people may come and say, people will come and criticize you. Maybe it's constructive criticism sometimes, mostly, especially when you're trying to do something that's good for your life and people don't understand, they'll come with a destructive criticism. But it doesn't matter whether you just learn to take in what's valuable and take out what doesn't impact you. And it really shapes up. I think it really shapes up character. It really does shape up character. Like having made mistakes and also not looking back at those mistakes in shame, because that's something that I still do time to time. I mean, I was literally like before I even turned on the camera, I was in a sense of guilt and shame of like my past actions and the consequences of those past actions as well. But still looking at it, I feel like if I hadn't gone through that, I wouldn't have ever started doing this. I wouldn't have ever started doing this because I would have been too comfortable. Sometimes like when you become too comfortable in something and God sees you like you're just stuck in your own bubble and you're not even trying to pop it for yourself. He'll pop it for you, but you have to be aware that like popping such a large balloon that you're comfortable in is very loud and it damages your ears sometimes and it takes time to recover. So that loudness, it's the consequences of like you not taking charge. It's God forcing like, hey man, I gave you a purpose. I gave you something greater to do. You're good at this, and that. You know, you're wasting your life, and you have to do something about it. And you're kind of worried now. You're out of that bubble. The world is bigger than you expected. You make some mistakes. You make a lot of mistakes. Maybe you pop other people's bubbles to help them grow, and to help them grow so that you can help yourself grow. It doesn't work well. It can sometimes for the unlucky. It doesn't end well. I would know, because when I felt like my bubble was popped and I was now at the ground award and I was like continuously just making the same mistake, getting into debt, getting loans that I couldn't pay for, making promises I couldn't keep, not even keeping up to promises I made to myself. It just kept on feeding into like this sense of depression that now I'm having to like face daily. Every morning I wake up, I have to like grab my nuts and like tell myself that fuck it, we're born, that we live, and there's a sense of like purpose in living. Yeah, it caused me a great sense of depression, a great sense of anxiety, and I had almost tried to end my life several times. several times I almost tried to end my life. But it's only by the grace of God, to be honest, and I feel like I don't know, I just say I was lucky, man. Because I know also a lot of friends that weren't able to like go through that phase and just make it to see tomorrow. I was lucky to have been with my girlfriend who actually was there for me in my lows. Some friends I had who I could share like my struggles with them, like help me lift that burden off my chest. And this is also at a time where I was like very hesitant with my faith. I wasn't deeply rooted in my faith. So it was a time when I was very far from Christ, and even though I tried to go back, I was so overwhelmed by depression and like anxiety that it felt very difficult. I felt so unworthy to like even go back to him and like pray. It was a dark time. But we keep living, I guess. We keep living. Now I'm just working on my confidence. I'm also working on trying to amend relationships I've broken, and some relationships that I never broke but I feel are very important. It's been hard, I'm not gonna lie. It's not been easy. It's been hard. think it's time to do some squats. Now this is light, so I'm gonna hit them like this. Yeah, it's been hard, and there are honestly other times, other battles that will come that I will have to face. This video is supposed to be about insecurity, but anyway, that's the title. Literally that, this video is supposed to be about insecurity, but anyway. I'm out here just venting, I guess. Another thing that I've learned that I feel is important is accountability, and to stop blaming other people for my own fuck ups. Because the more I kept on blaming people, the more I gave them a leash, or like the keys to like lock me up in my own cage with their perception of myself. Keep on blaming, like, oh no, it's your fault that I'm like this. No, maybe it's not. It's pointless. The more you blame people, the more you give blame for your own mistakes on other people, from what I've learned, is the more you're gonna get trapped in how those people perceive it, because now you're giving them power over you. When you blame someone for something, you're giving them the responsibility of your own actions. And if you're giving someone the responsibility of their own actions, whether it's good or bad, and most of the time with blame it's bad, you're still just giving them power over you. You're giving them power over your own decisions. You're showing them that, you can't make the right decisions without me, or you're nothing without them. Or like however they see you will be exactly how you see yourself. So I really had to quit and stop blaming people for the things that I do, the mistakes that I made, even the decisions that I still make up to now. I can't keep on blaming someone. Like, let's look at it like this, right? As much as peer pressure is pressure among your peers, you still have the choice of doing what your peers are influencing you to do, or to not do it. You still have the choice to say that if you try it and you don't like it, you have the choice to be like, nah, I can't get out of here. No one is holding a gun on you, unless they are. If that's the case, then yeah, you can definitely like pin blame on that. But you can't keep on blaming. I can't keep on blaming everyone around me for my failures. Because if I blame someone else for my failures, that means my efforts were not mine, they were theirs. And then you try to look back and like, what good have I done? The effort you make to do something that you reach to a point where you fail, is something that you should be proud of. I think the problem, going back to what I was saying, like, the problem is now we always concentrate our goals on something, to like the destination, right? I feel like our goals should be mostly centered on like daily showing up, just the number of things you've done, the number of things we're doing to shape ourselves, to help create this persona that we're trying to achieve, this new identity that you want people to see us as. But anyway, that's my event for today. It's getting dark. I'm black.